Kyle, did you see the thing where Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, called all the generals in for some sort of emergency meeting?
No, he's just drunk dialing. He CC'd everybody accidentally. He wrote "Get in here now," but that was to his fucking keg delivery, and it just went out
It
to
was
all
to his
the
booty
admirals.
call.
Yeah. So I haven't done a ton of research, but I have been noticing the buildup in the Caribbean and around Venezuela. There's a lot of assets down there. They've been practicing um,
Beach
beach
landings in Puerto
landings in Puerto
Rico. I
Rico.
heard that.
They launched an ICBM from a nuclear submarine in the Caribbean yesterday, I think. I saw a
What
video of that.
what did they launch it at? Just
Nothing.
practice launch into the
Just
water?
practice launching, just showing that we can send a nuclear missile with 8, I think it's 8 individual nukes in each missile that are independently targeting once they go to space. It's a MIRV. I think it's 8, in those, Trident missiles. But, launch one of those, and then there's also this craft down there that the SEALs use and special forces operators use to deploy from. It's sort of a smaller vessel that I think holds 160, 170 personnel. They can launch
That
fast
sounds small
craft
to
from
me.
it.
Okay.
Well, compared to an aircraft carrier with 5,000 people on it,
I was
it's
literally
a
picturing
nuclear.
something that you inflate.
This is the American Navy. Okay,
No,
that's
no, we have that. When I think of Navy SEALs arriving, I think of them with the dinghy, like, jumping
this
in the
deploys
waves
those.
and okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
You
this
know what
is
I'm
what
talking
those come
about,
out
like,
of.
they
So
have
this
those.
deploys jet skis and fast attack boats, and probably those like cool like open top submarines too. Those are neat. But that's down there, inexplicably. It looks like we're really flexing hard at Venezuela, and I hope that we're not about to start a fucking war with Venezuela because I said a couple weeks ago they've got like a 5-6 million man militia army down
Dude,
there.
I've lost confidence in our ability to beat anyone. We lost to Afghanistan. We lost to Vietnam. I don't know if you'd say we lost Iraq, but, like, it wasn't easy. Um, it turns out that, like, if you go to another country and you wanna beat them in their country, it's not easy to get a W.
We won the TDM match though.
The team deathmatch part of
Yeah,
it?
if it's team deathmatch, then we're undefeated, first of all. Like domination, I'm serious. It's domination, look, at some point when you're playing a dom game, you've accrued enough points and the game's over. But that's not how it works in real life. They live there. So eventually they just grind you out. You got to go home, get some, eventually. Like
Mhm.
I get that. We certainly didn't change any hearts and minds. But what they want to do in Venezuela is regime change and then leave. They want to go down there and
Like Iraq.
kill
Yeah.
their president, but see, they've got
And
somebody to put in.
Afghanistan.
They've already
Kyle,
got their
name
puppet,
10 other times regime change has failed.
but they've already got that Maduro guy or whatever in prison. He just got sentenced for like decades or something. They can just pluck him out of prison and make him the president and then just leave. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah, that could I can't see a flaw
I'm
in
not
that
saying
plan.
it'll work. I'm telling you what the plan is.
So what are they going to do? Like foment a color revolution, or just intimidate them with arms?
It seems like they're preparing a invasion of Venezuela. There's thousands and thousands of personnel and assets down there. It looks like they're going to invade Venezuela.
Well, I hope not. That seems pretty retarded. Doesn't seem. I don't see how that helps Americans.
I worry that we're really not competent at the top in America anymore. Like, we have non-doctors in charge of, human health services. We have Pete Hegseth, a National Guard member, right, in charge of this. He's the Secretary of War. We have Donald Trump as president. All the way through, we have a couple podcasters as like the head of the FBI and CIA
Whoa.
and shit. Um,
Cash Patel is a podcast.
wasn't Cash Patel a podcaster? Yeah, or Dan Bongino was, and I think Cash Patel. I'm not sure about him.
I don't know.
And
He's doing a bad job.
Nothing wrong with having a podcast.
right, this qualifies you for damn near any job, I would argue. But
It means we're pretty close to the
Doesn't
White House.
disqualify you from any jobs, though.
I'm just like, man, if we're gonna wage a war, this isn't the team I'd pick.
I
We
disagree.
haven't won a war in forever. But
What does winning a war mean?
in fairness, like it seems like powerful people wanted those wars to stretch out for a long time because it made a lot of money.
I don't know what winning these wars mean, though. I don't know what.
The only way to win is not to play for something like Venezuela or Iraq or Afghanistan or Iran. Like, there's just no reason.
Didn't we just look? I don't think we just had a war with Iran, but that seemed to have gone our way.
Oh, I'm
in
saying
every
that like if
conceivable,
we don't
measurable way.
There's a lot of
How?
powerful people angling for more
There's a
involvement
lot of
there.
people who say that we didn't achieve the goal with those missile strikes.
How would they know?
How do you know?
I
You're the
don't
one.
know, but
Well,
but when
you
someone
said it
says that it
seems
didn't
like
work,
we've.
I'm not saying it did work,
You
but
kind
how
of
can you
just
say it
did.
didn't work?
Well, you said, I'm not saying Iran is a war, but we achieved all our goals. And I'm like, how do you know? Because people say we
Oh, I didn't
don't.
say we achieved our I didn't say
And
we
then you
achieved our
shifted
goals.
the
It went
burden of
our
proof
way in
onto
every
me.
conceivable way because there
Okay.
was no war. They backed down. They took their like slap on the mouth and did nothing in return except launch some missiles at Israel, I guess.
I
And
mean,
then
there's a
that
real chance they said, it's a good thing we buried this so deep. Nothing happened. Let's just keep making nukes.
I don't know that there's a good chance of that. I don't know what happened. I know the government says it worked. I know that people that don't like the government say it don't work. And the only people with any evidence are the people who are saying that it did work because everybody else is just like a naysayer. Like there's no technical experts that went there and
I
looked.
don't think that's true. I think like one of the generals in the army said that like it seems to have not worked, and
How
then
could he
they
know?
silenced him. Well, you kept saying you keep shifting the goalposts. Like you're like, the people who say it worked are the experts from the government, and the other guys are nothing. And I'm like, well, actually, a general said it. Well,
What
I
general?
discredit him.
I'm not discrediting anyone. I'm
All right.
saying that that no one has any evidence other than the Iranians. Like they're the only ones who know what happened or what was even in there or what the results are. There's no way looking down if you can tell if that missile penetrated deeply enough to hit something, and then you'd have to know for sure that the things were there. Like, there's no
General
way we can know
Kane
that.
is the guy's name. He's it's an early US
Wow.
intel assessment said the strikes didn't work.
He used to be a major.
What I'm saying is there's no way to know, but if it worked or not, I'm not saying it worked or it didn't. I'm saying there's no way to know.
I
But we
thought you
did get
said
away
every
with
achievable goal or something. What is it that you said? Every
it went our
conceivable
way in every
way?
conceivable way. We did what we wanted to do.
Other
They
than
had
being
there
involved at all. That is,
Right. Well, one of the conceivable ways it could have gone our way is to like destroy their production facilities of
how do
nuclear
we know they
weapons.
didn't?
See, but that's
I mean,
shifting the
those were
blame back,
above
the
ground. We
burden
did
back
destroy
onto
the
me. You said
centrifuges.
it went our way in every conceivable way, and now you're like, prove that it didn't. But you're the one who made the
Well, I
claim.
can see them burning. I can see all those
On
like
the
centrifuge
top, on the
buildings.
outside, and I'm like, well, here's a U.S. intel expert whose name is General Kane, who said it didn't work, and then he was silenced.
Based on what information? Like no one. I don't. The president who watched the bombs fall, the pilots who dropped the bombs, they don't know if the stuff was down there, and they don't know if we hit it. There's no way to know.
There are ways to know.
How? How could we possibly
Shit,
know
I
unless you go
watched a
down there?
video by Ryan Macbeth, and he had like several ways. One was they can like test the radiology in the area to see if it was released like they expected. Another was, and this was his area of expertise, where he's like, people lie to their wives, but they tell the truth to their computer. We can look at their computer traffic, what they're Googling, what they're buying, what they're ordering to understand what the damage was. And that's intel that takes weeks and months. And then he had a third way of telling too. I think it was just he's like, these people are broke. They're suffering from the sanctions, and they're easily bribed. So those are the three ways that they would know. How do I know? I don't know. I'm just saying that if you make a claim that it went our way in every conceivable way, but
Mission,
dude, it was an L to bomb Iran at all.
Why do you say that? Why are you so like?
Because
they're building nuclear weapons.
There's no reason for us to be involved
They're
in the
building
Middle East
nuclear
ever
weapons. They
again.
support
Ever
terrorists,
again.
and
Ever
they
again.
want America to be destroyed. Like these are the people we don't want to have nuclear weapons.
You think they're going to nuke America?
You can't be so. I think that they could easily transfer fissile materials to a group like Hamas or a group like Al Qaeda or ISIS, who could then get into a shipping container and detonate a dirty bomb over fucking San Francisco and cripple our economy for decades to come. I think that is a very easy thing to do. I think that it happened every week on 24. Like, I
think, you think they would want to do something that would ensure their nation's total destruction?
Would it?
Haven't they already?
With what?
I'm thinking of
what if we can't trace it back to them? What if we can't trace it back to
Iran didn't have anything to do with 9/11.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to claim that they did. I'm just like, they being people who hate us in general. I don't think they held back on 9/11. I think that was their best effort. I don't think different people, I understand, held back on October 7th. I think that was their best effort.
Wow.
And if their best effort could include
somebody held back on October 7th.
By the Israelis.
Someone threw that memo under the fridge.
There's a theory that Israel wanted to be attacked for the excuse. But where I had a third one. But anyway, if the next one comes along and they have the ability to do some sort of nuclear related strike, I don't know that we can trust them to hold back. Maybe I'm just knee jerk anti-Trump and I need to think that through. But I'm like, there hasn't been any evidence that it worked, and there hasn't been any evidence it didn't work. They just claimed success and planted the flag 30 seconds after the bomb fell. And I'm like, we've never had an administration who's a bigger liar than this one.
I don't know,
record breaking.
That can be kind of funny.
To all the generals. I know I brought it up before, but is there anything there? Because I'm a little shy at thinking that it's something significant, because I've seen a couple crying wolf events like, oh my God, the Pentagon just ordered 97 pizzas. When that happens, it means this.
Well, they did bomb Iran like a week after that.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. So maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. In my head, I remembered it being like a false alarm. And there was like 2 or 3 instances where they like monitored the pizza delivery to the Pentagon and thought something big was happening. And then to me, it didn't turn into anything, but maybe it did. Maybe it was the Iran thing. So here he's calling together all the generals. It's different, but same sort of vibe, where for all I know, he's going to yell at them about DEI. And that's the whole story. Or he could be talking to them about invading Venezuela. I don't know.
Hopefully not the latter.
Why not? Let's do it.
Because it's just enough, man.
What are you, a Venezuelan defender now? Are you a member of Tren de Aragua? Let me see your knuckles. Let me see them.
No.
That won't even show his knuckles. Won't even show his knuckles on camera.
Wouldn't.
You don't see me.
What kind of evidence is there?
If you would have gave me some lead time, I would have written.
Dude, next week you should just have it for like no reason.
And I'd be like, and they're deporting me, and I'm a Maryland man. I'm just a Missouri man.
Yeah, I don't care. Let's do it. Like why not? Seems like they're clearly.
Because why would we bother? We spend so much money in other countries.
Trump's political ally was imprisoned for trying to steal the election.
I don't give a fuck about Venezuela.
Trump does, though. Trump's got to get his buddy out of prison and prop him up as a puppet.
What has Venezuela ever done for me?
Well, I mean, the oil would be nice if we aren't they like part of that that group of oil producing nations.
They are. They have the largest oil reserves of any nation on Earth.
Everybody says that. There's different ways to measure the largest reserves on Earth. Like,
dude,
look at the United States.
That if I look it up, you'll be wrong. I'm just saying I've heard Saudi Arabia is the biggest, America's the biggest, Venezuela
Antarctica
is the biggest. Okay, I wouldn't.
Oh, you don't count that continent? That would just slip right off your flat Earth.
It's not a country.
It's not a country at all. So it's up for grabs for the entire international community.
And anything that's up for grabs means America.
Except for the moon, apparently.